Hello and welcome back to Frühling, our Let's Play series on FS22. Right, so as you might be aware, as far as my episodes go for Frühling, the plans tend to change quite frequently. So let's not smash into it. I'm going to fill up the cedar. I'm just going to start the engine, get it filled up, and brilliant. So the plan is, as you can see, there is still wheat in there, and the plan of attack for that is, well, alright. Last time we were chatting about, well, I was chatting about selling the cake, sorry, not the cake, the grape processing unit, as well as the cereal factory. Now, what I have decided to do is do that, in fact. I do enjoy the cake, I enjoy the grapes, I enjoy making them, but the whole goal for this particular playthrough was cake. I wanted to experience making it as a production. I have henceforth experienced the grape and cereal as well, so I reckon it's time to move on from that and try something a bit different now. Which again was the main goal in the first place. So as you can see, we are approaching our beautiful field 13. So we're just going to pull in here, put the beacons off, but we'll turn in. Right. So we'll get this unfolded. As you can see, the plan is to drill wheat into this field. I suppose I could have started on the far side as well. That's no matter. So we will drill wheat into this field. Just want to make certain. Let's have a very quick look. 7 and 13 will become wheat. We could put barley again, but I do like the idea of rotating crops, and I would have put barley here, but again, I wasn't certain this was going to happen. So the plan is, while we drill, the plan will be that this field will become a wheat field, just as number 7 is, for not only chicken food, but for flour as well. Decided to scrap the cereal idea. We will sell what we have, and we'll sell off what we have, which means we will have to purchase oats. However, the only time I'll make oats again in the future is for flour production. That's it. That being said, there are 3 production units that we need to purchase before we can start creating cake at all. One of which is obviously the bakery. That's where the cake gets made and sold from. Unfortunately, we do need 2 other productions before that. One of which, obviously, we do have the grain mill, great for the flour production, so that's not a problem. But we also need a dairy and a sugar mill. So the dairy obviously is going to produce the butter from the milk, and as well as chocolate. You can make chocolate there as well, but you need sugar and milk for that, and the sugar will be produced at the sugar mill. So I reckon the sugar mill is not vital just yet, as is neither the bakery, because the bakery is the final one we'll need. Although we can produce bread, I'd rather save the flour that we may get for the cake. The other thing is, if we purchase the dairy, we can use milk to make butter and sell that in the meantime, because we'll have a constant supply of milk always. It'll keep growing, in fact. Anyways, that is the plan. So I believe what I will do is, after I drill this field, I want to make sure at least get started. I may stick a helper on for the rolling, at the very least. So I can get a few things sorted out. But essentially, I'm going to sell the grape processing plant, and then probably purchase the dairy right away, because then at the very least we can get the milk in and butter produced, and then at least we have another production underway. The cereal factory will not be sold until all the cereal has been retrieved from it. We may lose a bit of corn, but I don't believe we'll lose much of anything else. The honey we will keep and will sell as honey, because it does actually bring in a bit of a profit as well. Well, quite a good profit considering how many little hives we have. Right, well that is me blabbering done. I just wanted to kind of touch base on the fact that yes, we are in fact switching over to, well, really focusing on cake production. I will touch on one other thing before we commence a wheat drilling time-lapse on our lovely, lovely Field 13. Look at the autumnal colours. Absolutely stunning around here. I love this field. Anyways, the sugar production will be from sugar beets, because it is probably the most simple and straightforward to get sugar from. With that, I will have a small field, perhaps in one of my meadows. I don't really want to destroy a meadow, but I've thought about waiting until March to see if any other farmers decide to plant any sugar beets. I'll just buy their fields with the sugar beet in. Otherwise, I may repurchase Field 14 directly in front of me across the road there. It's a nice small field. I was going to use it for vines, but I've decided, obviously, not to, and switch that to a different area. That field will eventually be sold, the one with the vines in. I won't destroy the vines, because you don't have to sell the field. So when I rebuy the field, potentially, in the future, if I want to do grapes again in the future and continue on with cereal production for whatever reason that may be, then I will definitely rebuy that particular land and put the rest of the vines in. But at least I don't have to destroy them to sell the field. That is a nice thing. Right, now I'm done blabbering. On with the time lapse. Right, well, as you can see, we are approaching the end of the drilling of this particular field. The wheat is going in very nicely, and as the field is already fully fertilized, all we have to do now is wait. We'll have a very nicely sorted wheat field. We're going to get lots of straw as well, just as we will from field number 7, as well as we did before in field 7. But I believe that now that this is done, we will... Oh, there's a small piece I missed. Might as well get it. I'm right here after all. But now that this is all completed, I really am feeling very excited about making the switch away from cereal, just to be able to maximize what we wanted to do in the first place. So, as we can see, 13 and 7, both wheat, partially fertilized. I need to go through and finish this again. Not sure what happened there with the rolling. That was drilled the day before, so I don't think I can fix that. But anyways, I do have field 13 to roll, so I will take the Fent back to the farm, get some lights on here, take the Fent back to the farm, and I will come back with the Massey Ferguson and the roller, our new one, as the old one was causing a bit of issues. But right, just before I do get back to the farm, probably by the time I'm done rambling we'll be there, but I never really got a chance to mention how incredible I think this direct drill is. If for whatever reason you're looking for a direct seed drill, and you want a fairly nice width at 6 meters, and not obvious, it doesn't have a fertilizer capacity, but as a direct drill, this is a brilliant piece of machinery, and it was inexpensive for it, about £44,000, euros, whatever. But yeah, brilliant piece of machinery. Right, we'll get the roller sorted, and we'll see you down at field 13. Alright, so we're just arriving here now. I will ease the helper around by doing a nice roll around the perimeter as well, as you do. Around the headland, of course, and once that's done, then I will set the helper off and we will carry on through to purchasing the oat for the factory, as well as selling the grape factory. So we'll see you in a moment. Alright, let's get the helper lined up very nicely. I thought I would do a couple rounds on that far side. That little pond over there seems to throw the helpers around pretty brutally. Right, so that's started. Let's find the fence, because we will need it to connect to the flagel. There it is. We'll get connected. So what we'll do next is we'll head down to the shop. We'll put 10,000 litres. I will confirm, actually, just before we leave the farm, that that is the right move. I don't think we have any. No, we do not. Right, save, very important. Help us doing well so far. If we look at... where are we? Cereal. Oh, I could activate... Why have I stopped it? Oh, because the honey. Right, okay, good. Now we're producing again. I will bring 10,000 litres so that we have the exact same amount of corn and oat. And then raisins and honey are pretty much exactly the same. So I'm hoping that if I put 10,000 in, that'll sort itself out here, and then it should all be about 0 when I sell it. That's the plan. Right, we'll see you at the shop. Alright, so we need to find big bags. We need to go oat, almost bought wheat. Well, do they come in pallets? Oat 1,400 for 1,000. Oat 1,300 for 1,000. Of course, we're not going to have pallets of it, unless that's possible. It is not. Right, so we'll go big bags, we'll go oat, we'll go... Well, we need 10,000, so we need... Oof, this is going to be a very pricey adventure. Right, so we need 8,000 from this one, and then we need another 2,000 there. Alright. Ugh, that's outrageously expensive. £13,000 or euros just to be able to finish producing cereal. I know it seems outrageous, but that's 2 cereal pallets. So we sell 2 cereal pallets from this 10,000 litres and we've made our money back. So it's really not that bad. Anyways, this will take a moment, so we shall see you at the cereal factory when this is all done. Alright, we're just arriving to the industrial zone now, with our quarter of a trailer full of oat. Very, very, very expensive oat. So let's just back it in, dump it off, and the cereal production can continue and eventually finalize. It's not that I want to get rid of it, I know I put a lot of effort into getting it all set up and all, and I don't want anyone to be upset that I've stopped cereal production. It just seems... Oh, I should have saved some for the horses, actually. That's right. We do still need oat, so I'll plant some eventually, or sorry, drill it eventually, but we can't do it till March anyways, so we shall see. Right, so that's done. As you can see, sorry, this is so loud every time. We will have some corn remaining, and maybe a bit of raisins, but we shall see. Shouldn't be much, shouldn't be enough to concern. So yeah, we'll let that carry on as it is. This is done now. All of the juice has been sold, all of the raisins have been distributed, all of the grapes have been processed, 000, meaning we can now sell it. Yes, it will be a loss. We'll lose quite a bit of money on it, but let's not focus on that. Let's think of it being a investment towards our new production, which, if I remember correctly, it's actually right here. The dairy is right here. Right, there we go. Millman Dairy. Perfect. So buy production 70,000. No, because I don't have the money yet. And you know what? I don't think I'll have the money here either. Oh no. Well, let's sell this anyways, because yeah, everything's done. So I believe we go into construction. And it's been fun. I won't sell any of my grape equipment because, oh my god, 35,000. I'm almost certain that it was 80 to purchase, or 80 perhaps. Bloody Nora. So 38 months we've owned it. Right, well, sold. Yes, I do. It's, oh my god, it's gone. I didn't expect that to happen. Well, I suppose it's safe to say that we probably won't do any grape production again in the future, and they'll probably want us to move our trailer out as well. Right, hopefully maybe I can connect it to this. Right, well this is a bit of a shambles now, because if I did want to, I guess I could always place it back in the same place, but might not work quite the same. Right, well, let's just ignore that giant massive hole, because this will also become a giant massive hole. Basically, every production we don't want to do, we have to destroy the industry entirely. Right, well, we won't worry about the red here, especially not because we don't have a production anymore. This here needs to be rolled. I didn't roll it. I forgot to roll it. That's fine. Same with that. I don't think I was too concerned about the canola. It's just for a bit of extra money coming in. Right, well, let's get this shut off for now. Just back this up here, shut that off, and we'll quickly carry on with the rest of this ourselves in a cheeky little time lapse. Alright, well, with this final pass, we should have all of this wheat field rolled. It's going to be a glorious golden field very soon, as is field 7, or as will field 7, I suppose. Let's just have a very quick look at the whole thing. It looks fantastic. So what we're going to do now is take the Massey Ferguson back to the farm. We'll go collect the Fent from the cereal factory. We'll take it back to the farm as well, and then we'll move on to the next task. Alright, so as you can see we are back at the farm, and I've done a bit of a tidy up because well, there was things in the way. We had the forklift and we had the mowing setup and all that. I will very quickly give this a wash, as we are going to be loading... Oh, that's for cows. We will be loading some things on here. So it turns out that November is quite good for canola oil, and it turns out that we actually have some pallets to load. So I've decided, as a nice little way to sort of conclude the episode, we could at the very least, load up some pallets. And then also the eggs as well, because I believe they will be needed at the same time, or needed to be sold rather at the same time. So we shall see how that goes. Right, this will probably be tossed into a tiny cheeky little time lapse. We don't have many eggs spawned here, so we'll load the last of them probably in the morning. But for now, he will spin around actually, we'll get in a better position. But we will get the canola oil at least loaded up and ready to be sold in November. Right, we'll get the forklift and we'll get started. Alright, well, as you saw, the forklift does not like... oh my god, they keep coming on. The forklift does not like having 4 to a thing. So what I'm going to do is I'll quickly tidy this up, and we'll see how many pallets we end up having as we load the last few on. Right, see you back here in a moment. Alright, so I do have 2 nice little piles with 6 pallets. I will try and just put this last one on top of the one side. Not to... oh, they're stacked horribly. They're not to be messed around with, but anyways, actually, you know what? That's probably fine. Best to not mess around with them too much more. But there we have it, 7 pallets, and if I do remember correctly, we've got 775 left in the oil, and yeah, a little bit left in the canola, so we should have one more pallet. Whether that is in time to sell for tomorrow or not remains to be seen. We do have these 2 pallets, which I will wait till tomorrow. The only issue is that if the egg pallets and the canola oil need to be sold at different places, I don't want to put them on the same trailer, although I'm sure somebody at the shop there could help to deal with that, but we shall see. I should probably load them up anyway, so let's do that. Just one less thing rather to have to worry about doing in November, because November might actually be a relatively quiet month. Aside from selling these eggs that we have, and canola oil and all, there's not much on. We have all of our, maybe do some fertilizing, but really we definitely won't have a full, can we get, yes, look at that, brilliant. Right, let's get the trail around. We'll stick this in another little time lapse, just to get it going, but yeah, we'll get it all sorted, and then, as I've said, November will probably be fairly short time spent. But then December we'll probably have some more items to sell, especially our silage, which we have loads of. Right, we'll crack on with this in a cheeky time lapse, and we'll be ready for tomorrow. Alright, well there we have eggs and canola oil as well, ready to go. The trailer ended up being a bit wonky because it was very, very heavy all on the one side, as it still almost looks to be on the one axle rather, but that is done. So we'll probably use this in the morning again to collect the rest of the egg pallets, which you don't need a torch to see, but we will tuck this away and get it ready for sale in November. We'll probably store it in here just to keep it nice and safe and out of the elements if it fits. Should fit. Right, well that will conclude the episode for today, however, because we are done. Got everything set off that we wanted to do. We've got the new production idea underway. We haven't purchased the dairy yet, but I'd like to consider purchasing it with the sale of these products, hopefully. Right, there we have it. I suppose we could have left it attached, but it's good to have it just out of the elements at the very least. Just leave that there. Close that gate. And that's that. So another very, it's more of a practical episode. We do have things that we have to get done and all. So it's nice that we were able to get the grape processing factory sold, and moving forward with the rest of the cereal production, which I think that's one last thing I need to check in the sales. If we find cereal, right, so it's going down because it's going back up in February, so that's the best time for that. And speaking of sales, nothing for us at this time. Right, well, thank you so much for watching, and until next time, take care and bye for now.